China has taken a step that has surprised many. For the first time in 30 years, the country will begin charging value-added tax on condoms and other contraceptive products. The 13% tax will come into effect under China's updated VAT law, ending an exemption that has been in place since 1993. Back then, China was enforcing the one-child policy. Birth control was encouraged and contraceptives were kept tax-free to support the policy. But today, the picture is very different. China is no longer trying to limit births, it is trying to increase them. Along with this new tax, Beijing has also made several family-related services VAT exempt. These include nurseries, kindergartens, elder care centers, disability services, and even marriage-related services. These exemptions will start in January. The message is very clear. China wants families to grow and it wants to make raising children cheaper and easier. The shift comes as China faces a rapid population decline. The country has recorded 3 straight years of falling population. In 2024, only 9.54 million babies were born. A decade earlier, births were almost double the number. Demographers warn that this trend could reshape China's economy and workforce for decades. India and China remain the world's 2 most populous nations, but their future paths looks very different. China's population is expected to shrink dramatically to around 630 million by the year 2100. India, meanwhile, is projected to grow for nearly 40 more years, peaking at about 1.7 billion around 2060 and then settling at roughly 1.5 billion by the end of the century. To push back against the decline, Beijing has rolled out several measures in recent years. These include cash incentives for couples, more childcare support, and longer maternity and paternity leaves. Officials have also issued new guidelines to reduce abortions that are not medically necessary, a sharp contrast to the days when abortions and sterilizations were used as policy tools. But the biggest problem is money. A 2024 report from the Yuva Population Research Institute says raising a child to the age of 18 costs more than 5,38,000 yuan or around 1,16,000 US dollars. With rising living costs, a weak job market and changing social expectations, many young Chinese say they simply cannot afford to have children. This is why experts believe the new tax on condoms is unlikely to change much. One demographer said the move is mostly symbolic. It will not solve China's population crisis, but it shows the government wants to create the environment that encourages childbirth and reduces abortions. The announcement has also sparked concerns about public health. HIV cases in China are rising even as global infections fall. Most new cases are linked to unprotected sex. Between 2002 and 2021, reported HIV and AIDS cases rose from 0.37 per 1 lakh people to 8.41. On social media site Weibo, many users question whether a tax on contraceptives could lead to more unplanned pregnancies or increased spread of sexually transmitted disease. Now, some ask why China would make condoms more expensive at a time when it is also trying to reduce abortions. For now, the tax is being seen as part of China's broader attempt to manage its demographic challenges. A country once worried about having too many people is now struggling with too few. And the world is watching how Beijing responds to this unprecedented population shift.